up, YouTube? It's Monday. It's snowing. Luna's so pretty. And we're happy. Why? Because this is the last week before we have winter break. We won't be back until next year, January, I don't know, 2nd or something. Just finished up NBME practice exam. So essentially NBME stands for the National Board of Medical Examiner or something like that. And so these are the people that make the exams to certify physicians. And so they made us take it after our exam on Friday. So a school day after our exam on Friday. And essentially it's just to get us an idea of what the exam is going to be like in a couple years and what to expect. Questions were worded really well. It seemed like the people definitely knew how to ask questions, unlike sometimes professors in undergrad. That being said, the questions were very strange in that they were asking you a question and then they would be A through E. Then there would be a next question and it'd be A through H or N. And so there were so many different things that could be it, that there's so many different answer choices. That's something that I've never been used to, or I've never experienced before. But I think it was definitely doable, and it definitely was a lot easier than the questions that were on my exam. And it makes sense, it's a board exam. I mean, it's a step 1 exam, so it's supposed to be more easier than some of these tough specific questions that maybe my school is asking in particular that probably wouldn't be asked on a national exam like this. But yeah, I just want to let you guys know. So that exam wasn't for a grade or anything like that. It was really just to kind of gauge our performance, kind of see where we are, and kind of just let it be, get that experience. We won't get our result until around January, but still, it's still a great exam, and I'm glad that I was able to take that. Now I'm weighing in at 152.6. Nice and slow we're trying to gain. We're not trying to go too fast. If we go too fast, we build a lot of adipose tissue. And so trying to become a lean bulk. Alright, super excited because today's dinner is going to be mac and cheese. I've been waiting so long to try this. And so I've tried it once before and that's about it. And so I know we're also making some chicken, some meat, so some protein on the side as well. But our main source food today is gonna be that. Maybe some vegetables too, but that. So excited. More importantly, the mac and cheese, and surprisingly, it's good. So I've always eaten off-brand macaroni and cheese, and wow, it really is a lot better from Kraft. And so I expect that it's not just Kraft. I expect that there's other brands out there that are really, really good. I just have never eaten them before. But it's good. It's nice that I got a different brand. It actually tastes a lot better. It's probably just as bad, maybe even worse, but I decided to share this meal because it's probably one of the worst, unhealthiest meal that I'll probably eat this week. And I mean, I'm not one that eats super, super healthy, but I just wanted to share that because I'm not scared to share something that isn't healthy. A majority of things are okay in moderation. You're not gonna die from eating that. And I mean, yeah, it was bad, but I mean, as long as you know that it was bad, and I'm actively doing other things to combat the calories, the fat, things like that. It's not like I eat that every day. That's when it becomes an issue. If it's not in moderation, then it's an issue. So I just wanted to say that real quick, just because I felt that, I'm not scared of being judged or something like that. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Are you excited to go to school today, Luna? I take that as a no. Hey, are you ready for school? Hey, are you ready for school? Are you gonna be a good girl? We'll see. We'll see. Puppy class finished up. Luna was so stubborn today. She literally would not listen to anything. She wouldn't sit, she wouldn't stay, she wouldn't go down. She wouldn't leave it. She essentially didn't want to listen to me. Even calling her name, she didn't want to listen. It's fine. Whatever. But Shibas are known to be really stubborn, so just letting you know, if you ever do get one, they are stubborn. And they're super sweet too, but they're stubborn too. Isn't that right, Miss Luna? Right, Luna? Stubborn. Stubborn is your middle name. Alright guys, I finally feel like a doctor. So this last day that we have class, we're gonna be doing standardized patients and going into like the room and talking to them and actually giving like a full history and things like that. So we actually feel like a physician as opposed to just learning random crap that is usually not applicable, you'll usually never see, but you're gonna get tested on and you physicians just have to know it. So I'm really excited to see what type of patient I got today. Alright guys, we're officially done with medical school for 2017. We are done. Block 2 is over, synthesis week is over. Block 3 is gonna start in January 2nd, January 1st, something like that. And we're going to be working on skeletal muscle and a lot of anatomy and muscle and things like that. But we'll worry about that later. Right now, we're just going to relax. So we're still going to relax, but we still have to cover some material. So every single day, I'm going to be trying to cover a little bit of material, going through some flashcards. Remember, this is stuff that I have to remember, and I have to remember it essentially for a very, very long time, not just now and forget about it. So that's the one difference from like college, from high school. Once you learn it, it's not over. You got to keep remembering it, and you got to keep it in your brain. So I'm going to try to be working on that through the weeks, the 2 weeks I have or something like that. But yeah, happy that at least I won't have class and I won't have the stress and I can just sit and watch it and do flashcards or look over some material while I'm like with my family or with Luna, watching TV, watching a movie, catching up on my shows. But that's about it for today. No more class. Alright guys, this is one of the funniest, cutest things I've ever seen. Luna was in the snow. She got really cold, I guess. She did her little Shiba scream and she no longer wanted to walk. She literally dove into the snow and was just sitting there crying, so I had to pick her up and carry her. And she's not that small of a dog. She's a good 20-something pounds, you know. But she looks like she's having fun, at least, right, Luna? It's okay, buddy. It's okay. Looks like I might need to get her some booties. The first movement of the day was benching, and so I had to bench 215 for 3 sets of 3. And it doesn't seem like a lot of reps because it's not, but it's actually really difficult, especially since I had taken around a week or a week and a half off of lifting because I had to study. And it was something that I didn't anticipate that I had to do or I was going to do. And so walking in, my program said to just keep going, right? And so that's what I did. I just kept going, and it was definitely hard. You can see the last rep, I'm actually struggling a bit. You can see that it's a grind. Our second chest movement of the day, as well as a secondary accessory movement to chest, is going to be a dumbbell incline bench. And so I chose to do a dumbbell incline bench over a barbell bench because it requires more muscle and stabilization. So when you are benching with dumbbells, you have one dumbbell in each hand, and this means that your brain has to stabilize each one individually, not all together. This means that if stabilization is a weakness, you can actually increase it and better develop it. Well, it turns out that for me, it is a weakness. Once I start benching around 225 and up, I start having a stabilization issue. And so to address this, I started doing dumbbell incline. Now we're going to hit some shoulders, and so to do that, we're going to do lateral raises. So we have 3 sets of failure dumbbell lateral raises, and so they are a staple shoulder exercise for me. They're absolutely great to give my shoulders such a ridiculous burn, and personally I think that they have really helped me to develop my shoulders. By no means do I have large or amazing shoulders, but I have developed my shoulder from what it was in the past, and I felt that this exercise is one of the big reasons why I have been able to gain some shoulder size, and I think it's really helpful and useful. More important,
make sure you don't go too heavy. I did 17.5, even though my ego was telling me to do 20 or 25. This is the last exercise of the day, and it's going to hit more shoulders. So here we're doing behind the neck press, and you can see that there is no weight added to it. We are just using the 45 bar, that's it. And so we're doing 3 sets of failures. Again, it's something that is really hard on the shoulders. It absolutely kills the shoulders. My shoulders were literally sore halfway through it because you are also going until failure. It is very strenuous. It's a very strenuous exercise. I do want to mention that at first I was a little uneasy because I had read in the past that, behind the neck press, it could be bad for you or this and that because you hyperextend, or I think that at this weight, you're going to be fine. You're not going to have any issues. If you were to increase it, of course you might have more issues coming up or coming out then. But this was a great exercise that really introduced me to something new.